Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Aussie Goddess Show. I was just having a little bit of a chuckle there. It's been such a huge week here. I've just over the last couple of weeks, of course, as you know, I'm in temporary premises at the moment. I moved house. I have, in the last week, we've gone from bushfires to floods to torrential storms and rains, big hailstones, and now we're experiencing a heat wave. So it has been ridiculously hard trying to sleep. I don't know. I look at myself on the camera and I think I look amazingly good despite the fact I feel like absolutely exhausted inside. I started my new job here with the government, so I've been quite happily going backwards and forwards to work and experiencing their beautiful air conditioning that they have there, because that's awesome. Anyway, so on to this week. I want to say thank you to all of the people from my YouTube channel who are coming over to visit, and also those from my Facebook page. I've been trying to leave you leads so you can find me and travel around with me, which is wonderful. I've had the most amazing comments from people this week, and I just think this journey is so wonderful, and it just never, ever ceases to amaze me. If you hear in the background where I'm actually staying at the moment, I'm really close to the mountains. So we have a lot of kookaburras, cockatoos, and those birds. And I didn't realize that yesterday when I did my YouTube reading, and somebody wrote to me and said, wow, all the birds in the background there, what are they? What are those birds? I'm like, I didn't even notice them because it's just so normal for us to have the birds around. And the night before, I'd opened the window to try and get some fresh air because it was so hot. And I actually had an owl right outside my window who kept calling out. So I ended up having to close the window anyway. So Australia, folks, I'm sure you have your own stories from overseas. This morning I had a beautiful email from someone. I want to talk a little bit about timing with the readings, because sometimes people will say, can you give me some timing on that? And I'm like, well, we don't really have timing in the spirit world. I can give you a bit of a jab at it. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm not. So I wanted to get a little bit of a reading up for you this morning. We'll take a couple of callers, all going well. So let's see what's happening in the universe for you guys. Okay, so very nice. I won't show you the cards because it keeps my head down all the time. So I might just briefly show you what I've got here. The universe is showing at the moment that anything is possible. It's a time of manifestation. It's a time for you to bring in what you want. So this is very much an energy of being able to manifest what you want. So if you're trying to get a job, trying to bring in a cause, trying to bring in new love, this is a beautiful time to do it. The planets are aligning beautifully here for you to do those things. So this is a matter of you sort of being really honest with the universe about what it is you want, and really asking for it. But you're coming up as the Empress here. So for many of us, this is a time to birth new things, to bring in new ideas, to start new opportunities, start your own business. It's absolutely a beautiful time to do that. A lot of you have reached a very good point in your life where you've been able to let go of things that no longer serve you and put down your burdens in order to bring beautiful things into you. So the time is right now to do all of these things. Okay. So many of you at the moment, wow, okay. So we have things happening for you everywhere here. So for those of you who are waiting for jobs and new love, you're right on the doorstep for bringing in new things. Don't get preoccupied with the day-to-day stuff. Just make sure that you're clear about what you want. But the universe is really trying to manifest something for you at the moment. So if you're feeling really good about something and want to bring something in, now is the time to make your intention clear. The planets are aligned for you beautifully. I have money on the table here. So if it's been a little bit tough, money is on its way. If you've been looking for a job, There is something about to come in for you. Someone's about to make you an offer. For some of you here, this is new study coming in. Whatever it is at the moment, this is a really good time to do this because it's going to help you bring some stability into your life. So, after the Christmas break, after everything that's been going on, things can sometimes feel a little erratic, a little bit out of place, but they are definitely on track for you. So make your intentions clear, make sure you're meditating, and make sure you're showing that you are grateful for everything that you receive. Okay, so I have Diane in Centerville, Georgia, USA online. Diane, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. And yourself?
Good, good. What can I do for you today? Do you have a question for me?
The only question I have is, will my relationship get restored with Steve?
All right. Has this been a relationship that has gone like you've had a few breaks or it's gone around a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah. Look, to be honest with you, the way I feel that your relationship is, it's like you're doing all the investing, and I don't feel as though the other person is possibly putting in as much as you are. I feel like you're being very generous with trying to be flexible, make provisions, make changes, and it feels to me like the weight is more on your side than the other person's. So that says to me you're the one sort of accommodating a lot more than the other person. Sometimes when that's happening, the best thing we can do is just step back completely and just make sure that we pull back all contact and try to work on ourselves. If there's any chance of a relationship coming back, it's because you're investing in who you are. So definitely pull back on that. I do think you'll have contact from this person again, but I don't think it's for a little while. I think that they are trying to work out themselves what they want in their life. They're very confused. I feel like this person is working on other things, so they may be going through some sort of transformation themselves. They're not really sure of themselves. So they may be, is this person a drinker?
No. He was at one time, but no, he has been sober for about 28 years.
Yeah, okay, because I feel like he's just taking his time doing his own thing at the moment. There seems to be a very sort of self energy around this person, like he's closed everything else around him off. So he's probably very difficult to reach at the moment. I would just honestly just work on yourself at the moment. I do think you will have confidence. I think you will have some contact from him. And I do think there's a possibility that you could pick things up, but I think it will be very different. And I think it will be very, very slow moving because I think you're dealing with someone who really doesn't know what they want anymore.
He's a Pisces.
Oh, well, there you go. So Pisces people have that very deep, dark side to them that sometimes a little later in life as they mature, they start to embrace that side, which they don't do so much when they're young. So it's possible that he's exploring what we call the dark side at the moment because I can feel a lot of changes around him. So I feel like he's probably going into some of the things that maybe in his younger years gave him nightmares is what Spirit is saying. I'm not quite sure what they meant by that, but there were things that happened perhaps when he was younger that he is dealing with now. So he needs the room to work through that energy, but certainly you need the time here to work on yourself, learn to love yourself again. I can feel your pain, so I know this has been very difficult for you. So this is a time to really go inside yourself now and make sure that you are taking care of you, and just allow the time to pass. And it was just like I was saying a moment ago that sometimes things feel like they take forever to come around. But really, if you keep yourself busy and you keep yourself occupied, that time will move a little quicker for you. But I do see you coming back to something together but it may be very, very different to what it was like before.
Okay.
All right. Time-wise, I've just been saying how difficult time is to try and get up, but I do think it's going to be a few months before things start to turn around.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
So just back to the timing thing, because I think sometimes it's really difficult to understand that there is no time in the spirit world. Sometimes things can happen very, very quickly. Sometimes they can happen slowly. And I always think that it's very much up to you and how you manage the time while you're waiting. If you sit around and you wait for things to come to you, sometimes that can impede the progress. Sometimes then spirit has a little bit of difficulty trying to get the messages through to you. So when you are waiting for something, or a person, a clairvoyant, a fortune teller, whoever you've spoken to, or even if you're receiving the messages yourself, if there seems to be a lapse in timing, then I would always suggest to people to go and have a little bit of fun. Try and look after yourself. Do what's best for you. Sometimes it's a great time to have energy healing. I've worked with an energy healer who is absolutely amazing. She's beautiful, and she's helped me a lot deal with a lot of the childhood trauma and things that were holding me back. I've certainly do meditation. I go through phases like the last week where I've meditated a lot because I've had more time on my hands living with my daughter. So I've sort of taken time out to really work on those things about myself that still need to be uncovered. So I've been doing it for many, many years. And I often hear people say to me, wow, you've done so much work on yourself. Why do you need to do more? And I'm like, well, I'm never going to be where I want to be. So I will keep working on myself. And if that means, meditations, learning how to work with the universe, co-create, learning how to understand those things about myself that are very difficult to understand. So for you, if there are things about yourself that you don't fully understand, or, you're not manifesting in a way that you want to, or you feel like life's holding you back, you feel perhaps a little bit glum, meditation is an amazing thing. And if you can't meditate, the other thing that's extremely good is tapping, or EFT. Tapping is something they use with children, especially during times of trauma, because tapping is about moving certain energies on your body to help you shift energies that are stuck. The reason it's really, really good is because you can shift your thinking, which is really good. So if you're in a very stressful time or a really, hard time, then tapping is for you. All right, we have Rochelle from Quebec, Canada. So Rochelle, are you there?
Yes,
Hello,
I am.
How are you? Hi,
I'm good.
Oh, good. I love your energy. Listen to you. You've got me in. What can I help you with today?
Oh, I'd like to have some message, if you can, from my mom and my ex-husband.
Okay. All right. Just give me a moment to tune in.
Or my financial situation, all of the above.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's just check in with your mother. How long ago did your mother die? It feels like we've got a number of years here.
12 years.
12. Okay. I feel that you both had so much still to explore. Like, I feel that perhaps your relationship was just really starting to cement, like to really come together. And she feels like you never really got an opportunity to know each other the way she would have liked to have known you. So there seems to be, was there a disconnect with you or something? Was there a period of time where you were sort of not connecting as well?
Well, that would be with my ex-husband, not my mom. I was pretty close with my mom.
Yeah, because she's saying that she felt that she still had so much more to share with you and so much more time that she wanted to invest in your relationship. There is a feeling here that she went too quickly. So I don't know whether she maybe passed over very quickly or whether something happened very quickly to take her away. But it's like she's trying to say that she wanted to have more time with you, wanted to spend more time getting to know you. Okay, hang on a second. Let's just see if we can get your husband in.
Yeah.
So, okay, so your husband died unexpectedly.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Had you been separated long when he died?
We separated and we came back together.
Okay, all right, okay. Because it sort of feels like, that's probably why it's feeling like it was sort of quick. Okay, did he have a T name? It wasn't Thomas or Tom? What was his name?
Dennis.
Sorry?
Dennis.
Dennis, okay. Okay, so things were just starting to take off between the two of you when he left. Okay, I've got it now. Okay,
Good.
so you just come back together and things had just started to pick up again. You just started to sort of get into some energy of making things work for you again.
Yes.
Okay, rightio. Okay, so okay, why? It's very interesting that your mother and him are coming straight through with very similar energy. So I'm wondering if they're both here together. Okay, I think that if he'd have been around for a little bit longer, you would have really had a much more beautiful relationship than what you did the first time around. I think he was learning to understand you better the second time around. He really seemed to he really wanted to work on it, is what he's saying to me. He really wanted to put the energy in the next time around. So, and he feels that he left too soon. He never really got the chance to really invest in this relationship the next time around. So he feels that he was taken too quickly and he never really got a chance to tell you how he was feeling. There seems to be a feel that he was did he go through a little bit of a dark time or a bit of a dark time, a dark space? Did he suffer from depression?
No, but before we got back together.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right then. Because he's saying that he realized a lot more about himself before he got back together with you. And he feels like he went through a lot of like dark times in between trying to work out himself. This wasn't so much to do with you. And I feel that when he came back to the relationship, he'd worked through a lot of that energy because he was feeling a lot more like he wanted to invest in the relationship.
Yes.
And I feel that you need to know that if he'd have been around, that would have been really an incredible relationship the next time around because he was investing 100%. You need to understand how much he loved you. And I don't think that breakdown you had in the middle was anything to do with how he felt about you because he loved you a lot and he was ready to really commit the next time around. Okay, so I feel that there was a lot he needed to say that he never got to say to you. But what I want to say to you is he is around you now. He's talking about following you around your home, especially when you're in the kitchen. So I have no idea what the kitchen means in terms of whether you cook together or
he
whether
loved
you spend
my cooking.
He loved your cooking. So he's still following you around the kitchen. So if you want to talk to him, that's where he is with you. Okay, so he is the stronger energy that's come through for you today. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, next time, if you want to follow up, I do have a YouTube channel and I do have a Facebook page. So if you want to keep in touch with me, please do. I don't have time to sort of tune into your mum a bit more this morning. It seems it's your husband that wants to come through. So just know that he loved you so very much, and a lot of the reasons that you didn't work the first time around, he feels were his reasons, because he feels that he didn't really invest in the relationship the way he wanted to the next time around.
Can you ask him if I could sell the house?
Absolutely, he says. Absolutely. You go ahead and you do what's best for you now.
Yay.
All right. So much
Thank you
love,
very
Rochelle.
much, Yvonne.
It's been beautiful. You're beautiful to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, so just quickly before I go, just want to remind you I do have the YouTube channel. You can come and get a reading over there every day. I do free readings every now and again on my Facebook page if you're interested, at the Aussie Goddess. I do readings all over the world, so if you are interested in getting a reading from me, please get in touch. I had a beautiful person who came back and had a little bit of a chat with me after I was on the TV last week. So please feel free to email me to ask any questions. Of course, I don't do free readings just by email, but I do offer them on my page. And we do live card calls every now and again. I just want to let you know that I love you all, and just to remind you that you must love every time like it's the first time. Invest yourself fully. Much love. See you next week.